So Jalen, I feel like something that certainly defines who you are is the way you grew up. You know, going to Channelview High School in Texas, dad being a coach.
Yeah.
When you look back on those years, what do you think you took from it?
I think the whole entire experience, soaking in the knowledge of the game, the family environment the game brings, the importance of the relationship building within the game and the team. I saw all of that from a young age. I saw how my brother handled it. I saw how my dad handled it as a coach and as a father. I saw so many different things, and I was able to soak it in. I saw how, you know, how the players on the team kind of went about their business. Like, I soaked everything in as a kid, and you know, it's crazy because those were the best times, some of the best times of my life. Just that being my daycare, my playground, just going out there having fun, and just being around the game, you know. A lot of valuable lessons for me.
I like that you said it was your daycare, because your dad had said before he would just be like, pack lunches, you didn't have anything to do, just come to work with him.
Yeah.
So what do you remember about daycare, the gym daycare that you grew up in?
Yeah, a lot of getting into the middle of stuff, messing up drills and hopping in drills, you know. But like I said, I wouldn't be here without
How old were you at that time, would you say?
So the younger I was, the kind of interruptive I was, about like 5 to 6, 7. But then, or maybe I say 5, 6. But when I back into 6 to 7 and on, I began to catch on to what was going on. You know what I mean? And I began to learn, and I did it with them. You know, and I think that's why I was able to kind of, you know, everything. I think it's all inclusive, and just in terms of me being around the game and seeing what I saw.
So I'm painting a picture in my head. There's like a 6 or 7-year-old Jalen on a high school field, like trying to hop in the drills. Is that right?
Yeah, and the summer conditioning programs, the little quarterback drills, running back drills, receiver drills, all of it. You know, I just wanted to play ball.
I think that's something that not everyone knows about you, that your connection to this game runs deep.
It runs very deep.
When do you think you fell in love with it?
Man, my dad always tells a story. You know, my brother grew up, you look at old pictures, my brother grew up, he had a basketball in his hand, like as a child, like 2, 3 years old. For whatever reason, I had a football in mine, you know, and, you know, it's always been in me, you know, and just my childhood, the way I was raised, and what I've gone through is something that I love, and I give my all towards.
When did you know that you were going to also be elite? Because to be in Texas, win 2 MVPs, win 2 state titles, that doesn't come easy.
Yeah.
So you've been great for a long time.
Yeah.
No, when did you realize that?
I didn't win state.
I thought you won the title. Maybe division title.
We won. For my high school, we went to. I was the first team in my high school's history since like a 22-year drought of going to the playoffs.
Right.
And went to the playoffs. Got heavily recruited. But that's what it was. We never won.
I tried to give you some credit.
I can't take it because look, my rivals back. My rivals back home, they're gonna be like, nah, that ain't true. I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna bite that one.
But when you look back, kind of at that high school age and being a highly recruited player, that's a difficult thing to handle.
Yeah.
I feel like maturity is something that stands out when I talk to you. Do you believe that that's where that stems from?
I think it just comes from, you know, the wisdom of my parents, you know, and being a coach's kid. I say it again, you know, I worked really hard, and it's kind of like I worked really hard not knowing what I wanted at an early age and what I wanted to achieve. And, you know, I remember when I was in the 8th grade, I told my brother, and my dad, so my brother was playing this All-Star game in Houston, like a local All-Star game, Bayou Bowl, kind of the Houston area versus Louisiana. And I told my dad, I said, I'm going to play on the big one. And I ended up not playing because I enrolled early.
Yeah.
But that was something that I declared in the 8th grade, watching my brother play. And, you know, it got to a point I was like, okay, well, I want to get recruited. I want to have scholarship opportunities. I ended up doing that, checking it off the list. So now what's next? Well, I want to play at a high level in college. I want to go start as a freshman. Check it off the list. What's next? You know, so it was just a ongoing of things that I never really wavered from. I was determined, you know, and it's all a journey, and that's a big part of my journey.
I spent some time talking to coaches just trying to understand who Jalen Hurts is. And, you know, I work with Tony Dungy, Jason Garrett, and I did a little bit of a compilation because I wanted you to have, like, coach's perspective on how they view you.
Okay.
Okay? So here's the coach. Let me just press play.
It's impressive, I'll say, and I've never even said this before probably in my life, to watch the journey and know that it's because he made his mind up on what he wanted to do, and he does it, and he doesn't let any outside factors get in the way.
What does it mean to hear your dad say that? Coach, father, dad, Hurts.
Man, it's crazy. We really like the same person, you know what I mean? We're the same person. And I just think, you know, he's absolutely right, you know, and I feel like a lot of that comes from him and the way he raised me and the perseverance he instilled in me, the ability to persevere and not waver, you know what I mean, and be steadfast in everything. And he's absolutely right. You know, a lot of conversations, a lot of long talks with my father, but you know, he's been there through everything, and I wouldn't be where I am without him.
Can you take me to a moment where maybe you were low and here comes dad?
Yeah.
Not coach, but dad.
I mean,
he picks you up
all the time. Be after a tough game, something maybe not have went my way. Even in the NFL, you know, going through things at this level, everything was a journey, you know, and you got to imagine how it feels as a parent, you know, when everybody doubts your son. Everybody says what he can't do, what he won't do, you know, and we never let it phase us. We just keep going.
In those moments of doubts, what are your parents saying to you when everyone else is doubting Jalen Hurts?
Just be you. Just be you. Ain't no pressure. And I guess when I smile at them, you know, I smile at them and I know that I'm not affected by anything. That puts them at ease, but bless them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I have one more message for you.
Okay.
I call him Bug, you know, just dad coming here, wish you the best, take care of your business, love you, talk to you soon.
Who is Bug?
Bug.
How did we get this nickname?
For whatever reason, he calls me that. Since I was a kid, he called me Bug. You know, I had this hat. I had this hat when I was a kid, and you know, my dad, my brother, and myself, we went to Lids. Got our hats and customized them, put our names on them. And Big Hurts was my dad. Lil Hurts was my brother. And they called me J Bug. J Bug was mine, so just kind of stuck. You know, we have a very special relationship because you know, I know I can always call him and he'll answer the phone, and I'm gonna do the same for him. And you know, it's like we don't talk every day. You know what I mean? It's not that deal. But it's a special type of relationship where I know what he's thinking and he know what I'm thinking. You know, he can look on the TV and the whole world may not know that I'm experiencing an emotion of some sort, but my dad knows. You know, and that's the type of father-son relationship we have. It's a special one.
Okay, give me the one piece of advice that's really stuck with you that your dad has given you and you carry it with you throughout the years.
I think throughout my whole entire career, just the things have unfolded. It's been control what you can and keep the main thing, you know, and I think that applies to every area of life. You know, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like you want something so bad, or you get to thinking about something else that doesn't matter, like keep the main thing and be where your feet are. You know, control what you can. And that's something that he's always told me. You know, through the joys and pains. You know, he's always told me that, and that's something I value and I share with my teammates consistently, with Coach Sirianni, everybody.
I hope you know that that's unique, that you don't ride roller coasters.
I don't.
Most people, like, emotions get to them.
Yeah.
You don't.
No, I don't. it's just how that's how I look at the game. That's how I view the game, and I know you can be humbled or be humbled, you know. And I respect everything going around me. I respect this game too much to be a certain type of way towards it, you know.
Yeah, I will say you are one of the most stoic people I've ever been around. Like, what is Jalen thinking, child?
Yeah. I don't, you know, I really value not ever getting too high, never getting too low, just controlling what I can. But ain't nothing like a parent's power and knowing their child, you know. So
they can read you for filth. They can tell you you're sad. You're like, I think I am sad.
Come on now.
One thing I remember, I had the pleasure and the honor, really, of covering you throughout college and following your journey. But I remember having a conversation with you, and you were like, you know what? The story isn't over yet. It's yet to be written. And I thought that was a really profound way to talk about a journey. So I kind of wanted to break down your career into chapters and let you label them whatever you would. And starting with being that high recruit, coming to Alabama, becoming the first freshman to start for Nick Saban. If you had to label that chapter of your life, it would be what?
Call it the intro maybe, or the beginning. You know, call it Alabama, freshman year. I guess I'd call it something like that.
What did you learn during that time?
I think in that time, just coming into Alabama, I saw what determination was. You know, I've always been a determined individual. I saw what hard work was, and I felt it, you know, earning that. You know, everybody has something that makes them tick. And for me, it don't take too much. It doesn't take too much.
Yeah.
And at an early age, you know, early part of my career as a freshman in college, just going in there and going out there and accomplishing what I feel like I deserved and what I wanted for myself. And I just kind of always had that mentality, just being steadfast in it, and, you know, just keep on keeping on.
I mean, I would call the chapter Freshman Phenom.
Freshman Phenom,
you know.
That sounds good.
Okay, the intro - Freshman Phenom. Okay, so chapter 2 of the Jalen Hurts career, and we're just ignoring how much work you put in before this, would be going into, you know, your final year at Bama and basically having to serve as a backup after being on teams winning SEC championships, being freshman of the year, all of the accolades that you have, and being stoic in that situation. You know, you were very supportive of the team. I never once talked to you and felt as though you felt any type of way, which is interesting because I can't say that I would be able to do it, but you did.
Yeah.
What is that chapter called?
I think that's when you find out the character of a man, and in tough times, you know. And I feel like my true character showed who I was and how I was raised and what I felt like was right for my team. So I guess you can label it, who is he?
Who is he? I like that. What do you think you learned from that moment? We know your character.
Yeah, I was able to practice the same things that I always felt, you know, regardless of the circumstance, regardless of what's going on. Can you keep the main thing, you know, and that's something my dad talks about all the time. Keep the main thing.
Right.
Keep on controlling what you can. And that, ironically, is stuff that I preach to the team now, but it's deeply rooted in my experiences. You know, keep the main thing, control what you can, and keep getting better as a player. Those are the things that I focus on, and those are the things that I've done, you know, and I've just been climbing, you know, and I just want to continue to do that.
Isn't it crazy that what was an adversity has now become an opportunity for you to help others?
Well, you talk about not only helping others, but, you know, you're able to. People look at negative situations and they look at adversity as moments of distress or, you know, panic. Like, turn the negative into a positive. You know, go make something.
It makes for better pictures.
Go make something. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, the next chapter is grad year, Oklahoma. We finished second in Heisman voting.
Yeah.
Chapter 3.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I don't even know what I'd call it, man. I don't know.
Okay, this is what I would call it. Gunslinger.
Gunslinger. That sounds cool, too. That sounds cool.
What do you think you took away from that moment in time? I mean, you were being thrust into a whole new system yet again. I mean, you never really were in the same system, but you thrived.
I think, you know, just showing, you know, regardless of the circumstance, I'm gonna find a way. And I give a lot of special thanks for Lincoln Riley and the University of Oklahoma for giving me the opportunity to go there, and have a lot of respect for Coach Riley. The time we spent together, the relationship we built in such a short time, very valuable to me. You know, we still chop it up, him being at USC, watching him. But yeah, it was a very special time in my life. Very, very special opportunity for me.
And then when you get, you know, drafted, dream come true, obviously, but work to do.
Yeah, work to do.
Yeah, work to do. What's that chapter called?
I mean, the story continues for me. Just keep going. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know. I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know what that would look like for me personally. And when I got that phone call, you know, you can probably look at the video. All right, let's go. And that's what it was. You know, I always been on a mission.
Do you think if you win a Super Bowl, like, we're gonna get some emotion? Like, what is it gonna take?
Take it day by day. I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't predict no emotions that big. That's probably a big emotion, you know. But hopefully we can experience it.
Yeah. You know, you work your way into, we were talking about it, that your 25th start is about to happen on Sunday. But going back to your first start and taking over a team, like, what did that mean to you? Because that's a real dream realized. Not just being in the NFL, not just being a professional, but being the guy.
Well, I think it takes, you know, it takes a special person to do it and to be able to do it. And I give a lot of credit to my teammates and, you know, me coming out here and earning their respect. Yeah, that's what it's always been about for me. Going in as a freshman at Alabama, you know, you earn your respect by what you do on the field. And I felt like when I came to Philadelphia, I just had the same mindset. And I wanted to prove to my teammates, and my teammates the only one that mattered to me, prove to my teammates that, man, this is who I am, and earn their respect as a player. And then get to know them as a leader and as a friend, and just kind of handle itself. That's always been my formula.
Was there a welcome to the league moment for you?
No. I never really just had a moment. You know, it's a crazy time coming into the league as a rookie my year, because I was during the COVID year, so I didn't really experience the normal stuff. So it's kind of been, you know, like everything that's attached to me, it's always unprecedented, and that was another unprecedented part of my journey, you know.
Maybe that's the chapter. That book might be called Unprecedented.
Oh, it's for
the
sure
Jalen Hurts story.
It's for sure called Unprecedented, for sure.
One more thing I just wanted to go over is, if you had to almost label like what this team is, what they do well, like what makes it special. I see you guys in the locker room. It's been so fun to like watch some of the videos that come out of there, the connection that you guys clearly have. How would you describe it as someone being inside of it?
Man, I describe it as, I just think it, in whole, it's special. It's special. And the most important thing for us is we can't let anyone get in between us. You know, and I feel like as a team, we've added pieces throughout the offseason and even going into the season. And we just have to continue to get stronger together, build together, come closer together. You know, we all have high aspirations, but, you know, it takes a unison. It takes everybody. And that's our mentality going into it. And we truly take it day by day, you know, day by day. You know, in my young time, my young career, you know, I feel like I've experienced so many different things, not everything, so many different things. And I feel like all of those emotions and all of those different experiences, those new emotions that I felt, it's just told me to slow down and control what you can, be where your feet are. You know, and I feel like in the midst of this season with this team and knowing the things you want to accomplish, obviously, I take it day by day, you know, win the day.
You enjoying it though?
I am.
Okay.
The fun comes in doing it the way you know, aspire and desire to do it. That's where my joy comes from. It comes in winning.
Rain, sleet, or snow?
Rain, sleet, or snow. Eagles train to go.
Classic. That's my favorite locker room moment.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.